Hey, I am not at a huge destination, just a stopover. We're in Saratoga, Wyoming, and this is the North Platte River. Those are my brakes squealing. I think I got a lot of dust in them. But anyway, our campsite is just over on the right behind the bridge. This is really a beautiful place. I just think that I have been absolutely spoiled by Glacier and Yellowstone, the drive here. But yesterday as we were coming in, we saw so many antelope and went and checked out the town's Hobo Hot Springs, which is super cute. There's that's where I'm going right now. There's like these little rock pools, and then there's a couple of bigger ones that actually have the real hot springs. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try today because I have to, because I'm here. But the road here it's pretty well maintained, no potholes, but it's 4 miles of absolute washboard. So it takes me 20 minutes to go 4 miles. But our campsite was totally worth it. Had it all to ourselves. There's a vault toilet half a mile away if we wanted to use that, but we're pretty set at this point. I just wanted to show you a little bit of this really pretty country. I will probably pick back up at the hot springs as long as there's not a million people there. There were yesterday afternoon, but it was Saturday evening. There's also supposed to be a super cute farmer's market here today in Saratoga, so we're gonna check that out too. Okay, I'm still on the 4-mile washboard drive from our campsite over the North Platte to Saratoga, Wyoming. But I forgot that they have these awesome, hoodoo looking mountains. It is seriously reminding me of Bryce Canyon. I'm gonna try to get a close up. Let's see. Don't really have to worry about anyone behind me. So pretty. Maybe if we're super lucky, we can get some more antelope to come through. They are actually so much smaller than I thought they would be. They're seems like smaller than the most deer that I'm used to seeing, but I am used to seeing the ones in Texas and Arkansas, so they might be a lot bigger. This is a gorgeous area though. I absolutely love Wyoming. Driving through, we've just seen so many different kinds of landscapes, but I think the major theme is just wide open. I absolutely adore it. Seeing any of our 4-legged friends, but if I do, I'll try to get some shots of them. So pretty. Okay, here is some of that wide open. Hear the Dixie Chick song playing in your head as you're driving by. You can hear in my voice the washboard of this road. Seriously, this is the whole world you can see from here. It's just so open. I just want to live here forever. can't get the Chicks song out of my head. Oh. I also met a lady yesterday at the Hobo Hot Springs who is doing pretty much almost the same trip we're doing. They came here from Glacier and Yellowstone, so it was kind of neat just to meet somebody who's doing very close to the same trip. We were comparing notes on where to stay and like dispersed camping areas and Bureau of Land Management areas. Like, they have nothing like this back east and south. Like, it seems like the entire west part of the U.S. is really down with that, which I love so much. I mean, I know for sure Arizona, but there are some states where you can literally camp anywhere as long as it's not posted as private property or no camping. So, I mean, you could totally do this trip on a budget, unless you buy as many souvenirs as I do. I think my entire winter wardrobe is going to be from the national park line, but it'll make me happy every time I wear them to think about this awesome trip we took. And I'm already starting to plan more. That is actually the most fun part of the trip for me most of the time. And as soon as you get in the car or put one foot on the trail, the plan goes out the window. But it's something to deviate from. Kind of keep the plan loosely, and if I see something awesome on the way or want to stay somewhere shorter or longer, it's just easy to do when you don't have hard deadlines. I know not everybody is as lucky to have the time to be able to do this, but it could be a one day thing. One day do this. I would absolutely do this entire area again and just stop at even more places. On the way here to Saratoga, I saw that Cheyenne was just like another 120, 140 miles. And I wanted so badly to just go. But I'm kind of road weary with my travel companion. And it's a lot with the dogs as well. So I will probably just try to come back as soon as the weather permits after the winter and do this trip a little more solo. Maybe just take one of the pups, because it's a lot having to take care of the entire camp, the safety, the camp safety, the animal safety. Trying to keep my mom entertained while I am off doing solo hikes and stuff like that. But I am trying to keep it fun as well. I just found out yesterday that one of I cannot remember the Swedish artist's name right now, but he makes trolls out of recycled and upcycled materials, and they're like all over. There's 3 in Colorado, there's some in Kentucky and Tennessee and the Northwest. And anyway, we are going to be passing through Breckenridge, Colorado, which is where Ivan Heartstone, the troll, lives. So I am super, super excited to see that, and I think that it is going to actually inspire a troll road trip, because they just look so cool and they're just like out there. There's so many. So I'm gonna probably make that a next fun trip. I've never been to Kentucky, so that might be a good one to do. But I'm coming up to the main road to get to Saratoga, so I will be back then. Okay, this is the Hobo Hot Springs in Saratoga, Wyoming. It's crazy hot. It's not ironically named like some of the things that we've seen. It's so crystal clear though. Check it. Oh, this is the hottest part. There's some over here too. And this is absolutely free and maintained by the town. That's like the coolest town ever. It's the most empty I've seen it, but it's like 10 a.m. and I think the temperature's slowly climbing. It was probably only in the 70s when I got out of the car, but I can only bear to really put my feet in because it is so incredibly hot and it smells. But hopefully the minerals are magic and my feet will feel awesome afterwards, if nothing else. There's another spring on the other side of this wall over here, and I call that one the Goldilocks spring because it's not nearly as hot as this one, but not as cold as the river. Totally awesome. I actually have it all to myself. I cannot believe that. This is where it's coming in. I don't know if you can see the little bubbles, but this pool is incredibly hot. It's like a little grotto. I bet it's fantastic in the winter. Definitely gonna put this on my winter bucket list. Okay, so that's where I just was in the super hot spring. There are a lot of people in the Goldilocks spring, and I'm about to take a little dip over here in the more natural area. But first, I want you to see these awesome flowers that are alongside the road. Well, it's not really a road, it's a path. All the different colors. I love those light pink ones mixed in with everything else. This town is so cute.
Yes. Mind your business.
Okay, that was the path back from the hot springs, and I just wanted to show you how cool this was. So right over there, they actually have showers in there, like just as part of the hot springs, I guess. But that's really awesome to know if you're dispersed camping, because every shower I can get, I feel like, is amazing. You just get so sick of seeing dirt under your fingernails. Like, I'm not that much of a girly girl, but it gets old really quick. So it was really cool to wash in there. And then I'm going to sneak over and take a peek at the farmer's market before I have to go get my mom. Just enjoy just a little bit more of this alone time. This is such a cute little town. I can't remember exactly what the sign said, but the population is like 2,000 and something. So it's like in that perfect size where it's not just 100 people, but it's really small. I bet this place is incredible in the winter. The summer is pretty amazing. That is the Hobo Hot Springs experience in Saratoga. And I don't know if I can get this or not, but my legs, you can still see the line of red where I was in the hot one. Like, they're not burned or anything. I'm sure that'll go away in a little while, but it's pretty funny. The locals, I guess, call the big part the lobster pot. And then there's the one I called Goldilocks, and then the more natural one was really cool and felt amazing after the lobster pot. So anyway, going to see the farmer's market if I can find it. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, we are in Breckenridge, Colorado, first stop of the day, and we're going a little crazy because Barnaby and Lily have been in the car all day, but we are going to see Isaac the troll. I'm super excited for it. And here is the entry to Tolstegen. I can't remember.
Something like that.
But anyway, this is the beginning of the trail. Barnaby's super excited to meet Isaac. Okay, we are going to see Isaac Heartstone on this magic little trail in Breckenridge, Colorado. It's supposed to be a quarter of a mile each way, but I think it's actually much closer. It's got these cute little troll signs.
Gladstone.
I think it took us about 3.5 or 4 hours to get here today from Saratoga, Wyoming. And before we left, I took an awesome dip in one of the mineral hot springs and had the most amazing shower I've had in a week, which means it was the only shower I've had in a week, and it felt amazing. Started off the day really, really cool. We just took Barnaby and Lily up this trail, but they didn't do so well with all the people. Barnaby's kind of grumpy from being in the car all day. So I thought we would do a little solo trip over to see Isaac. I think I keep calling him Ivan, but it's Isaac. And we're already almost there. These signs are so cute. Okay, quick pause while other people were having their picture taken. And there he is. That is Isaac Heartstone. So much bigger than expected. Hey guys, I am just walking up to this view of Twin Lakes outside of, I don't want to say it wrong, I don't know if it's Leaderville or Leaderville, Colorado. But this is a completely free, dispersed camping area named Twin Lakes. And the reason I am walking up here is because we could not camp here last night because the entire area is closed due to the willow campfire in the area. Oh my god, a little chipmunk just skittered in front of me. I just wanted to film this though because I want these videos to be very realistic, and I wanted to just make sure this isn't one of those, ooh, everything is perfect, show the great pictures and that's it kind of thing. So I made a video the other day about getting a flat tire in Wyoming, and that turned out to be the first in a series of a little slump that we're having. The tire actually took all day to fix, so we ended up staying in Saratoga, Wyoming for an extra night after we had already packed up the entire camp and was just waiting on the tire. I got it into a shop, small town shop, and they were just slam packed that day. So I was really lucky to even get it in there, but it did take all day and kind of halted our plans to make it over to Mexico. Not Mexico, Colorado, and then New Mexico. But oh my God, this is where I was supposed to be spending the next 2 or 3 nights. It was going to be my recharge area. Having a little bit of a hard time these couple days. Like I said, I just wanted to show the reality of these type of road trips as well. We've been so lucky so far with where we've camped and where we've been, so cannot complain too much. I think what we are going to do now, because I'm getting out of the higher elevations down into, I've been dying to go to Taos, New Mexico, so we were going to camp for a few days before doing that, but we're going to go ahead and make it there. And it is still July, so they are still having their monsoon season. So we are probably going to try to camp there for just a few days, and that is going to conclude most of this trip unexpectedly. But I think that we will still have a couple of really cool adventure spots that are along the way to Kansas. So this was such a pretty area. I highly, highly, highly recommend checking out Twin Lakes. I 100% wanted to come back and check it out myself. And I can just imagine sitting here every morning for like a week with this view. I love those pointed mountains. One of these is Mount Ebert, but I don't know which one. So I'm not a very good tour guide. I just want to show it. It's so gorgeous. I think pretty much I am cursed not to camp in Colorado. Seems like every time we try, something kind of crazy happens. So I'm just going to take that, roll with it, and maybe try to do some Colorado spots another time. The last thing I will say, though, is that there was a very bright spot yesterday. We made it to Breckenridge, Colorado, and were able to hike in and see Isaac Hartstone, the troll. That was awesome. Truly inspired to go looking for some more of those. It'll be a great excuse to go to Kentucky and Iowa, and I think there are a lot of them up in the Pacific Northwest as well, which I lived up in Washington State for a few years while I was in the military, but I wasn't really into hiking and outdoors at that point, and I was deploying a lot, so the area was pretty much completely wasted on me. Now I'm going to have to actually travel back there just to enjoy it, but I think it's got some of the best, so I definitely will. Okay, so onward to Taos. Hopefully we will get an amazing campsite there. We are at the bottom of Mills Canyon in New Mexico. Town unnamed because it's pretty much in the middle of nowhere. We did not bring enough water out to camp. We're camping up at the rim of the canyon, and went to the closest town about 30 minutes away, and they had a self-serve gas pump, and that was the only thing available. No convenience stores. The closest sherbet was like 45 minutes each way, so we are just gonna make do with what we have tonight and head out of here in the morning. But I wanted to show some of this really pretty area down here at the bottom of the canyon. You can tell how bad the roads are. You haven't seen anything yet. Wait for the switchbacks on the way back up. I couldn't even film them on the way down because they were so crazy scary. And I'm gonna have the worst side on the way back up, which is the canyon side. So I'll be white knuckling that too. But it's really pretty down here. I was kind of hoping to finally see a bear from the car that I could actually get a picture of, because I am 0 for 2 on bear sightings with proof. But we still have all the way up the canyon to go, so I do not want to see one near our campsite. So those are my limits. I'm gonna try the Canadian River flows through this canyon, and we're pretty much running parallel to it. We've caught a couple glimpses of it, but we didn't take any of the dirt roads yet that'll actually bring us to the river. It looks like a really cloudy, cool day, but it's not. It's been in the high 90s all day, and it's like almost 7 p.m. and it has finally cooled down to 91. So we will not be staying here for very long, but if you ever do come here to Mills Canyon, highly, highly, highly recommend, first of all, bring enough water with you. Second, do not attempt to come down to the canyon if you have a trailer, an RV, anything like that. I am in a Subaru Outback, just plain old all-wheel drive, and we are handling it, but barely. I think any car with a lower clearance would have a pretty hard time. So unless you're in 4-wheel drive, I would probably just stick to the rim. So, oh, here's a glimpse of the river. Let me see if I can pull up just a little bit more. Show you that. I guess we already have gone up more than I thought we have. So we came down here just to check it out and probably dip our feet in it, but it doesn't even look that appetizing, really. All right, so I'm going to keep this on as long as I can just to show you how crazy awful this road is. And my new mantra is switchbacks again. I just told my mom on the way down here, switchbacks are my life. Apparently that's what this trip is all about. And while we are driving up this treacherous road, I will tell you how badly I screwed up today. This has just been one,
nightmare. Not
really disaster, but you have to roll with the punches. But I pretty much almost got knocked out by today. So as I said in a video earlier, I got a flat tire in Saratoga, Wyoming, and that was just not that big of a deal, but it did take all day to fix it, and we had to stay there a night longer after we had already put our camp up. We had to take the tents back out, get the dogs settled back down, and so anyway, we stayed there a day longer than we wanted to, and then made our way into Twin Lakes in Colorado, and it was already a super late night. I think it was like 9:30 when we pulled in there, and the entire camp area was closed due to the Willow wildfires. So obviously affects way, way more than us having a campsite, but it kind of sucks at the end of the day. We were lucky enough to find a pretty big pull-off area. It wasn't necessarily a camping area, but there were at least 3 of us vehicles there that it was too late to reroute ourselves. So our only options at that point were to continue another, I think, 50 miles to Buena Vista, Colorado, which it was mountain roads and dark and exhausted. So we just camped there overnight, slept in the car, and by slept in the car, I mean like upright in the driver and passenger seat. So we got almost no sleep. We were supposed to go to Taos, New Mexico today, which I've talked about being excited about. It was one of my bucket list stops on this trip, and we were gonna go to Taos and then come here to just kind of unwind, relax for a couple days, and God, I don't know. I was exhausted, frustrated. I can make all the excuses in the world, but what I did was type this into the GPS and drove 3 hours past Taos. So I did not cry. I'm very proud of myself for that. But it was a hard decision to make whether or not to backtrack, and since it would have been a total of 6 hours of backtracking, I just decided to put it on a different trip instead. So we're here tonight, and I don't even know what our plans tomorrow are, but we are going to relax for the rest of the night. And I think you've got just the teeniest taste of how awful this road is. So if you come to Mills Canyon Campground, do not come down to the canyon unless you are fully prepared to take on this beast of a road. It is pretty though. Okay, I will talk to you later. Okay, so we made it back up Switchback Mountain, and I just wanted to show you the actual Rim campground area. This is the cutest thing. So we're kind of being silly here. They have these horse corrals at almost every one of the campgrounds. There's about 6 sites up here, and they have these for the horses. It's so cute, but we decided to use them for their shade. So we have our little cozy tent right there in one, and then right next door is Barnaby and Lily. And so it's cute. Also, we're pretending that the bars are going to help not let bears in. I'm also showing you that. So we've picked a lot of it up, but we had to lay out almost everything today to dry in the sun, because on top of the days, plural, that we have been having, last night was the very first night we decided to leave the fly off the tent, and it rained. We got up kind of quickly and got the fly on. It wasn't too complicated, but we did take water in a lot of places. But that was a little bitty shot of the sunset up here on the rim of Mills Canyon. And then each little spot also has, I just walked by it, but every one of them has like a little barbecue grill and a picnic table or two. And it's like just one little loop of these, I think 6 campsites. And I mean, so it's moderately private at each one. There was only one other couple here, so we try to get as far away from them to give us both privacy as possible, but also still be close to the vault toilets, so we don't even have to worry about that tonight. One more thing off our plate. So it is a cute campsite.
It's not very far to walk.
And it would be a good place to relax for a couple days if you brought enough water. So keep that in mind if you ever do want to stop through here. I wouldn't make it a destination, but it's definitely an awesome stopover. Okay, y'all, we are leaving Mills Canyon, actually Mills Rim campground, and we just saw 4 awesome bucks that were just chilling on the side of the road. I thought it was really cool that they hang together. I did not know that they did that. But we've had a really, really good, peaceful morning. Definitely resetting our trip. We've had a rough couple of days, but this morning was just awesome. Got packed up, 0 problems. Only irritation we're having right now is trying to keep Barnaby in the back of the car. He loves to come up here and put his paws on my shoulder while I'm driving. But anyway, this is the road out of Mills Canyon. Much, much easier than a lot of the dispersed camping roads that we've gone down. It looks like there's an easement between private property to get to this, which is really awesome. I love when that happens. And so we have decided that the next place that we're going to go is ironically in Texas. So we are going to try to find an amazing spot in Lake Meredith to just kind of chill and camp for a couple days while we do this little rough patch reset. And then we really don't have a lot of this road trip left, but hopefully we can see a couple more really awesome stops on the way. So this is Bye Bye Mills Canyon. Hey, I do not know if you can hear me because the wind is crazy blowing here, but I just wanted to show you this was the site of a massacre. We just killed the best roadside burgers and fried pies that I have ever had. We are on Highway 56 going east toward our tonight's campsite in Lake Meredith, Texas, Panhandle. But we stopped at this cute little roadside business that we were afraid was just going to be like closed up years and years ago. But oh my God, if you were ever even remotely close to this place, it would be so worth going out of your way to come here. We had the cheeseburgers that were fresh made by the sweet lady who runs this place, and I think lives on the other side. And I'm assuming her husband cooked the burgers, but they make all their pies and scones and goodies fresh every day. The fried pies we had were so warm and fresh, and I swear both the peaches and the cherry that my mom and I had were like just fresh. And I thought this was the cutest little sign. It's population 5. Do absolutely stop here and give these amazing people some business, and you will not regret it. Seriously, best burger that I've had in ages and ages. So cute. I'm so glad they are in business, and I hope they stay that way.